Governor Abbott's executive order banning mandates fit a familiar pattern that we've seen of putting politics ahead of public health. Over 700,000 American lives have been lost due to COVID-19 and over 68,000 in Texas. Why would you be taking steps that prevent the saving of lives?
Reaction from the White House today after the latest vaccine order by our governor. Thanks for joining us at 6. I'm Dina Herrera Garza. Oscar has the night off. The governor's latest executive order bans any entity in the state from issuing vaccine mandates. That includes employees and consumers. Channel 5's Monica de Anda in McAllen following this story for us tonight. Monica, political experts also reacting to the new order. What are they telling you?
Good evening, Dina. Essentially, what we're being told is that Governor Abbott's order will not overrule President Biden's executive order issued last month, and that any business, or most businesses, will have to comply with federal government in order to be able to keep doing business across state lines.
Many of us are frustrated with the nearly 80 million Americans who are still not vaccinated, even though the vaccine is safe, effective, and free.
Just last month, President Biden issued a series of executive orders requiring COVID-19 vaccinations for millions of Americans, including federal and healthcare workers, contractors that do business with the federal government, and requiring all employers with 100-plus employees to ensure their workers are vaccinated or tested weekly. But yesterday, Governor Abbott announced an executive order of his own. Abbott's order prohibits any entity from requiring its employees or consumers to be vaccinated in order to work or receive services, something one local business owner agrees with.
I believe that America, this nation, was founded on freedom, and it's everybody's choice. You have the right to either participate or not participate.
The governor has really sort of issued a decree that has no force behind it.
UTRGV political science professor Clyde Barrow calls the governor's latest executive order a political move. And he says the president's executive order will supersede Abbott's because wherever interstate commerce is involved, the federal government overrides the state. But Barrow says the exception would be businesses engaged exclusively in Texas.
That would mean they don't buy anything from another state. They don't sell anything in another state. They don't have employees in another state. There are very few businesses left in the United States that fall within that category.
By issuing this order, Barrow says Abbott is moving away from traditional Republican views.
Inconsistent with Republican Party philosophy, which has always been about laissez-faire, deregulating business, let the private sector make its own decisions. So he stepped over a very important ideological line.
But Hidalgo County Health Authority Dr. Ivan Melendez says people shouldn't let politics overweigh science because the impact of the virus doesn't depend on the size of a business.
What you cannot argue is that whatever disruption a vaccine may cause, as our governor is saying, it doesn't compare to the havoc that can be unleashed if people get infected.
The Texas Hospital Association also issued a statement saying the time is now to set politics aside and let hospitals do what's best to protect their patients. They also added that any effort to undermine Texas hospitals and limit them from imposing these vaccine mandates, they are strongly against that. They want to be able to decide if their employees have to get the vaccine at this time. Now, Governor Abbott, he has already said he plans to put this issue on the third special legislative agenda, which ends October 19th. Reporting from our McAllen newsroom, Monica de Anda, Channel 5 News.
And the White House agreeing with the political expert Monica spoke to. While the press secretary did not flat out say a lawsuit against our state was coming, she did say this.
It's an executive order. So our intention is to implement and continue to work to implement these requirements across the country, including in the states where there are attempts to oppose them.
Governor Abbott may not be the only Republican governor issuing orders against vaccine mandates. Today, the governor of Florida floated the idea of a similar move.